Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Everyday Work Talk. I am Sarah.
And I'm Ryan. We are happy you are here.
This podcast is for people who want to improve their English for work or business and feel more confident in everyday conversations.
Yes, here we practice real English for real work situations, and we keep the language clear and easy to understand. No long grammar lessons, just natural conversations you can use in any job.
Today, we have a very important topic. It might be the most popular topic we have ever discussed. We are talking about money, specifically how to ask your boss for a salary raise.
Oh, wow, that is the big one. You know, Sarah, just saying the words, "I want a raise," makes my hands sweat a little bit. It is such a stressful conversation to have.
I know exactly what you mean. It is scary for everyone. I remember the first time I asked for a raise. I was 22 years old. I stood outside my boss's office for 10 minutes, just taking deep breaths. I almost walked away.
Really? You? But you are always so confident. Did you actually go in?
I did eventually, but my voice was shaking so much that I sounded like a mouse. I think I said, "Please, sir, can I have a little more money?" It was not very professional.
That is funny, but I totally understand. We are afraid the boss will get angry or just laugh at us. But we all need to pay our bills, right? And if we work hard, we deserve fair pay.
Exactly. And that is why we are doing this episode. We want to help you stop feeling like a scared mouse. We want you to feel prepared. When you have the right words, the fear goes away.
That is true. Preparation is the key. You cannot just walk into the office and demand cash. You need a plan. You need to explain why you are valuable to the company.
Right. You need to treat it like a business meeting, not a personal favor. So today we are going to listen to a role play between an employee, Alex, and his manager, Miss Davis.
I will play Alex. He has been working at the company for 2 years. He thinks he has done a great job recently, and he wants to ask for more money.
And I will play Miss Davis, the manager. I like Alex, but like every manager, I have a budget to think about. I cannot just say yes immediately.
Listen carefully to the dialogue. We put 4 advanced phrases in the conversation. These are B2 level phrases. They will help you sound more fluent.
Are you ready to try this, Ryan?
I am ready. Let's imagine we are at the office. I am walking to your door. Here we go. Hi, Miss Davis. Do you have a moment to talk?
Hello, Alex. Sure, come on in. Have a seat. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks. Just finishing up that report for the marketing team. How is your week going?
It is busy, as usual. Lots of meetings, but we are making good progress on the quarterly goals. So, what is on your mind?
Well, I asked for this meeting because I wanted to discuss my performance and my future with the company.
Oh, that sounds serious. Everything okay? You are happy here, right?
Yes, absolutely. I really enjoy working here. The team is fantastic, and I like the projects I'm working on.
I am glad to hear that, Alex. We value your work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, because I have been here for 2 years now, and because my responsibilities have increased, I felt it was the right time to bring up the topic of my salary.
I see. You want to discuss a raise?
Yes, I've been thinking about what I did for the department this year. I feel that I have achieved more than what was expected in my role.
I understand. We usually wait until the end of the year for these discussions. You know, the budget is quite tight right now.
I know the timing is not perfect, but I wanted to talk now because of the recent success with the Johnson project. If you look at my track record for the last 6 months, I have met every single deadline.
That is true. You did an excellent job on the Johnson account. The client sent me an email saying how happy they were.
Thank you. It was a challenging project, but I enjoyed it. Also, when our team leader was sick last month, I managed the morning meetings and trained the 2 new interns. I was happy to pick up the slack to make sure our team succeeded.
I noticed that too. Helping the interns was very useful for us. It saved me a lot of time.
Exactly. I want to continue adding that kind of value. Because of these achievements and the extra duties I have taken on, I am hoping we can adjust my salary. I have done some research on the market rates for this position.
Okay, and what figure did you have in mind?
Based on my performance and the current market, I believe a 10% increase is fair.
10%? That is a significant jump, Alex. Like I said, the company budget is strict this year.
I understand that the budget is a concern. However, the new software system I organized has saved the department about 5 hours of work every week. That saves the company money in the long run. I hope you can take that into consideration when you review my request.
You make some very good points, Alex. You certainly have the evidence to back up your request.
Thank you. I really want to stay here and grow with the company.
I cannot give you an answer right this second. I do not have the authority to approve a 10% raise on my own. I need to speak with the finance director.
Of course, I understand.
But I will speak to him this afternoon. I will tell him about your leadership with the interns and the Johnson Project.
That is great. Thank you for listening, Miss Davis.
No problem. Give me a few days. Let's meet again on Thursday morning, and I will have an answer for you.
Sounds good. Thanks for your time.
Wow, that role play was intense. Even though we were just acting, I felt nervous for Alex. It takes a lot of courage to sit in a manager's office and ask for more money.
It really does. My heart was beating fast just reading the lines. But Alex did a great job. He did not just ask for cash, he used professional language to show his value. That makes a huge difference in how the boss reacts.
I agree completely. He used some specific phrases that made him sound mature and serious. Let's go through those 4 key phrases now, so our listeners can use them too.
Good idea. The first phrase Alex used was to bring up. He said, I felt it was the right time to bring up the topic of my salary.
To bring up. This is a very common phrasal verb in English. It simply means to mention a subject or to start talking about a specific topic during a conversation.
Exactly. It's often used when you want to introduce a new topic, or maybe a topic that is a little bit difficult or awkward. You don't just shout the topic, you bring it up.
Right. In a business context, you use this in meetings or private discussions. If you are in a team meeting and nobody is talking about a problem, you might need to do it.
For example, imagine you notice a mistake in a report. You could say to your colleague, I did not want to bring up this error in front of the boss, but we need to fix it.
That is a perfect example. It shows you are being polite, but necessary. Okay, let's look at the second phrase. It was track record.
Ah, yes, track record. In the scene, Alex told the manager to look at his track record for the last 6 months.
A track record is all of your past performance or achievements. It is the history of what you have done. It is called a track record, like in sports, where you keep a record of race times on a running track.
That makes sense. In business, your track record is your reputation. If you always finish your work on time, you have a good track record.
Exactly. Employers love this phrase. You hear it in job interviews all the time. If you want to use it, you could say, we should hire her because she has a strong track record of leading successful teams.
Or if you are a salesperson, you might say, our company has a proven track record of customer satisfaction. It builds trust.
It really does. Okay, moving on to the third phrase. This is one of my favorites. Pick up the slack.
Pick up the slack. Alex used this when he talked about the time the team leader was sick. He said he was happy to pick up the slack.
This idiom means to do the work that someone else cannot do or is not doing. If a rope is loose, it has slack. You pick it up to make it tight again. In work, it means you do extra tasks to help the team succeed.
Yes, it implies that there is a gap in work and you fill that gap. It is a very positive thing to say about yourself or a teammate.
Definitely. You use it when the team is short-staffed or busy. For instance, you could say, "Since Mike is on vacation this week, we all need to stay late and pick up the slack."
That is a very realistic example. I have had to pick up the slack many times. Okay, let's look at the final phrase. Take that into consideration.
Alex said, "I hope you can take that into consideration when you review my request."
To take that into consideration means to think about a specific fact or detail before making a final decision.
It is a formal and polite way to ask someone to think about your point.
Yes, it is much better than saying, "Please think about this." It sounds very professional. You use this when you are proposing an idea or negotiating.
Exactly. Imagine you are choosing a venue for a party. You might say, "The hotel is expensive, but it includes free food. We should take that into consideration."
Or if you are buying a new computer for work, "This laptop is slower, but it is much cheaper. Please take that into consideration."
Perfect. So those are our 4 power phrases for today. Let's recap them one last time. First, to bring up means to introduce a topic for discussion.
Second, your track record is your history of past performance.
Third, to pick up the slack means to do extra work to support the team when something is missing.
And finally, to take into consideration means to think about a specific point before deciding.
Well, Ryan, that brings us to the end of our roleplay review. Do you think Alex will actually get that 10% raise?
Honestly, 10% is a lot. The manager seemed hesitant, but I think he will get something. Maybe 5%? He made such a good professional argument that she has to give him something.
I think you are right. The most important thing is that he was prepared. He did not just complain, he showed solutions.
And that is the lesson for our listeners. Being prepared and knowing the right vocabulary gives you confidence. Even if you don't get the full raise, you look like a professional.
Absolutely. We hope this episode helps you the next time you have a tough conversation with your boss. Don't be a mouse, be prepared.
If you found this episode helpful, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and reach more people who want to improve their English.
Yes, please do. And come back tomorrow. We are going to discuss a completely new situation, how to make small talk with a client you have just met.
Oh, that is a good one. Awkward silence is the worst. I have some good tips for that.
I can't wait to hear them. Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you tomorrow. Bye.